Hey, folks, coming up on the show is Esty. You might know her as Mommy RN88 on TikTok. She's also on X, Instagram, and YouTube. You've also seen her on Tucker Carlson, Gutfeld, and she was even invited to Mar-a-Lago to cackle for Mr. Donald J. Trump. All right, welcome to the program, Esty. Hey, what got you into doing TikToks in the first place?
So we were actually mid-pandemic, very bored, and everybody was talking about this app. And I out of sheer curiosity and boredom, I downloaded it and it started with lip syncing. I did a couple of skits, and I was really just having fun with it because we were all absolutely out of our minds, bored, home with the kids, and it took off from there. I just decided to continue pursuing it.
Well, we love it. Obviously, you have a little bit of a accent there, so I assume your background is from the New York area. Can you give us a little bit of insight of your background?
Yeah, absolutely. So I came to New York when I was 4 years old. I was actually born in the former Soviet Union. Before the collapse, we basically picked up everything we could and came to America. So I am an immigrant. My kids would be, considered American. And it was really rough growing up the poor way that we did, but we kind of made it here, and I've been here ever since. I always complain about it. I think it's a New York thing. We have a hate-love relationship with New York, but I'm still here for now. I do want to leave to a red state, but I think I speak for most New Yorkers when we say we want to turn it back red, because I think most people in our area feel the same exact way. Like the crime is just ruining a very beautiful city. So.
Oh, exactly. I remember growing up just New York from the 80s and then watching it transform in the 90s to really a vibrant place and then the early 2000s. And then, like you said, it just seems to have had some issues since then, mainly from the blue side. But I
Oh,
know
absolutely. Yeah.
I
I
follow
watched it.
you.
I watched this transformation. We came here in the 90s, and that's exactly what I saw. The Giuliani cleaned up the streets, and it became like a place that was just flourishing and thriving, and it started going downhill again. So we hope to get it back to its glory.
Well, I tell you, I listen and watch a lot of your Kamala Harris uh, impersonations, I guess as you could say it, and I can't get enough of it. I watch it over and over and over. And how long did it take you to master that? Is that just something that happens overnight, or is it something you look in the mirror and do? I mean, how does that come about?
Well, I don't have any professional background in acting. The first time I was asked to do a Kamala Harris impression was just by chance. I was doing a video, and one of my followers said, you kind of like in small moments, you sound like Kamala Harris. And I responded to that comment by basically attempting a Kamala Harris impression. And it went a little something like, Kamala Harris speaks in a more condescending tone. Okay. She says a lot of things without saying a lot of things.
Oh my God, it's
And it
absolutely
flew. Like I think
perfect.
that video got 3.3 million views on TikTok. And then Rebel News, a Canadian network, reached out to me. And it wasn't that good at first. My Kamala Harris impression took me a good year to really master, and they were just wonderful with me. I did a lot of skits for them, and with their guidance, I just kind of kept tweaking it, adding different things. And now I just feel like it's second nature. It actually destroyed my real laugh. It's a very bittersweet thing.
Trent's got some questions for you.
So one of the
Sure.
things I think before Kamala, before I saw those impersonations, the lip syncing that you do skits where it's you and a second person or maybe even a third person, and sometimes it's at the end of it. I've had to convince myself you're two different. You're the same person doing it both. I swear the editing is so good, the lip syncing is so good. How long does it take to do a 30-second or a minute video like that? And how much editing is it? Is
Probably
it a team?
no, there's no team. I'm a full blown solo act. This is just something that I kind of been learning as I go along, and I see my own progression. I'm definitely just trying to learn everything I can off of YouTube on how to get better. But yeah, it's a completely solo act, and it takes about 2 hours to master a skit because I'm very like nuanced. I like to get all the breaths. I like to get all the movements, slamming the table. Like it has to be perfect for it to be believable. And it does come very, like I'm humble, but it does come genuinely natural to me. I don't find it difficult. So I do repetitions, and what I do it over and over again. And when I finally find the clips that I like the most, I put them together and then I post it. And people love it. I just been genuinely playing with different characters. Even though I have voiceovers, I try to nail their mannerisms just to see what else I can do. I'm really just finding out along you guys.
So are you working on other impressions? Are you doing more than just Kamala's or voices or another talent out there that you want to follow?
Right now, I'm just milking the Kamala cow, hyena, whatever you want to call it, just because I really do feel like she's nearing the end of her legacy. That's
Yeah,
a nice way to
that's
put it.
actually Woody, our producer here, our button pusher. That was a question that he wanted to know. Are you sort of semi rooting for Biden and Harris so that the material can keep going?
Absolutely not.
Well, look, I know you have
No,
a family, right? So I know it's like mommy RN. I'm just guessing registered nurse because I'm a sleuth like that.
yeah.
But so if you got a job, a family, kids, like we talked about trying to record a time because when the kids come in and work around things, how much juggling? I mean, are you up till midnight or 2 a.m. every morning? How do you juggle all this?
I really just decided that I have to cut out a few things in order to make TikTok work because it is a very full time thing. I am blessed enough to be able to work from home since COVID. I do quality assurance, so I oversee a lot of patients' charts, and it's really like hands off contact. So I'm able to kind of be flexible. But when it comes to juggling, I don't watch TV anymore. That's one thing. I follow up with no shows. So that was a big sacrifice I had to make. And yeah, I'm up late nights. I'm not that social. It's just something I really want to see through. I feel like I have something and I really want to just see where it takes me. I mean, I love movies, I love film. Not a fan of Hollywood, but this has just been a great way to connect with the community and patriots alike. And it's just been awesome. It's been an incredible experience. I got to meet Trump. I did the cackle for him. Like that's just something I never thought would be possible back in 2020.
Oh wow! I bet that had to have been a highlight of your uh, career life. I mean, that would have just I don't know what I would have done with myself for that one.
Yeah, no, it was an incredible experience. And again, it was just simple social media networking. A member of Mar-a-Lago reached out and we did we basically came to the Halloween party as the Biden administration and Trump loved it because we had a very slow Biden. I was Kamala. We had we had the press secretary with a mop on her head and we had Hunter Biden with like a bloody cocaine nose. It was fantastic. We stole the show and it was a great night. He's a phenomenal guy and it was nice seeing him surrounded by people that love him and nobody had anything bad to say about him. It was a really eye-opening experience of how the media portrays him. It's just not the way he is at all.
I got to jump in a question. Brian's got one more for you, but you made me think about something. One thing that I think we miss on Trump is we talk about Mar-a-Lago in Florida and we act like he's not a New Yorker. It's like we've forgotten that he's a New
Yep.
Yorker. How do the people in the streets? I mean, I watch TikTok, which is my favorite thing of TikTok is you get to see real people say things and without
hmm
without media influence. What's it like on the streets? I mean, what are people? Are they thinking like you? Let's turn it red.
In Long Island and in the outer, it's like only inner New York City, unfortunately, where I happen to live in the five boroughs, it's mainly blue. But even them, I'm seeing that, listen, nobody likes this situation. It's really bad. The streets are dirty. Homelessness is rampant. The law enforcement's not doing anything. We have law enforcement basically letting them go the next day. They don't have an incentive to even catch these guys anymore. And nobody likes that. But in the outer skirts of New York City, everyone is red. It's insane. If you see the neighborhoods, everyone has an American flag. Everyone talks about how much they love him. They don't give a shit about what's going on in the media. It's like the world is waking up before your eyes because you're starting to see
Nice.
people genuinely, clash with the narrative on the media. And I keep my ear on the ground. So I do see both spectrums. At this point, it's like Twitter, it's filled with like hatred for him at this point. Like, I don't know. I see what these people are doing and it's like propaganda upon propaganda. But then
Mm.
when you get off social media and you start to interact with real people, that's not the same thing you're seeing on social media. So that says a lot. People want to feel safe. They want to just be happy. They want to afford to live.
Yeah.
So, for the most part, if they're not blue haired and big eyed, they want Trump back.
Yeah. That's cool.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to give us an interview today. One of the things that we want to know from our guest when we have them on, um, if you could spend one day with one person, 24 hours, it could be someone in history or current, who would it be and where would you hang out with that person?
It would be JFK,
Mm.
and it would probably be like in the middle of a forest somewhere, so that I don't feel like anyone's listening in. But I would have a lot of questions for him.
Oh,
That's a terrific answer.
very cool.
Again, thank you so much. You're so talented. We love watching you, and thank you for joining this interview today.
Thank you so much. And if I may end with a little something just for you guys, because you're so awesome.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, as his second in command, Joe knows that the work we've done, okay, it's been hardly work done, all right? And together, after many needed discussions with regard to community and unburdening what has been, and yellow school buses, we will continue to work on the work that has never been worked on.
Oh, that's
terrific.
wonderful.
Thank
That's
you.
Thank
awesome.
you guys. You guys are great.
All right.
That's
bye-bye.
awesome. Thanks.
Take care.
Yep. Thank you.
That was Kamala Harris here live on Life, Liberty, Happiness.